most couples think that fairness means equal. I pay half of the bills, you pay half of the bills, 50-50, right? What if I told you that going 50-50 might be one of the worst mistakes that you can make in your marriage, and it will crush all of your progress, and actually you won't get much of any progress with the traditional thinking of going 50-50. Let's get into it. All right, so the bills are due. Bills are due. Hey, the mortgage is, you know, let's just say 2000. Uh let's go 50-50. 50-50, the whole conversation, the controversial, hey, I'm not going 50-50 with a man, or the man should pay for all of this, um, or the woman, on the female side, like just on both sides, just the distraction, I call it, of having you focused on the wrong things. It's pretty surface level, to be honest with you. And married couple that I've seen be successful, I'm be honest with you, they don't even really use this language. They just work together. But for the sake of this video, maybe you are in your journey and you're having 50-50 conversations. Okay, I'm going to help you navigate that. I'm going to put myself in your place because I hadn't always been here. So the fairness myth, it is a trap, to be quite honest with you, to think that way, because the math doesn't work. And how doesn't the math work? Let's just say one person makes 4 grand a month, another person makes 10 grand a month. Let's just say all the expenses in the house, you know, is 5 grand, and you're splitting that. As you can see, the person that's making 10 grand in the house, they still have 8 grand left. The person that's making 4 grand in the house, I mean, I'm rough rough numbers, right? But you get the point. So the person that's making less, they have less. The person that's making more, they still have more to go. So this person that's making more, they can still put money away if they want to travel, if for traveling, for investing, for savings. This person over here just has a little bit left over, 1,500 to be exact, if we want to get to specific numbers. So you got one person have 1,500 left, and then you got another person that has a significant more. So you see how that going 50-50 on the bills and splitting could be a mistake. And as you can imagine, the person over here that's making less, they're not going to have as many options, as many choices, and they're going to be depending on this person over here. And if this person is immature and they're holding that over their head of them not making as much, and this person over here is being selfish and operating, quite honest with you, operating like a single person, but you're together, but it's really more like roommates, and it's like my money, my income, my career, my, it's like a lot of my conversation, and not joint conversations. This person over here is gonna start to have some resentment and maybe even shame that they don't make as much money. But when you're in a relationship, should you feel that way when you committed to each other and saying we're gonna be together, but you're operating as individuals? Financial gurus will come up with all these other creative ways, but the proportional method, go look it up. I'm not gonna waste my time talking about that, because I'm gonna be honest with you, it's nonsense. It is nonsense. Um, Work with what working in your household. Don't fall victim to the conversation around 50-50, because that could be the worst mistake. If you go back to a previous video that I'm going to release, is the 3 account method. Go back and watch that video, and so now and then you'll understand why this fairness and equal myth is a trap for you. um, I already shared about the math, how the math doesn't work. Next up is 50-50 stalls wealth building. Uh, when you're going 50-50, I think, as I mentioned, one person is going to have less to get ahead. Um, and that could be a lonely place to be, whether you're on the man side or the female side. And you're not supposed to be alone. You're supposed to be working together. So one of the things is changing your language and your conversation. Stop saying I and you and start thinking like a household. Um, and I would even take it a step further. Treat it like a business. And so let's just say your last name is You Inc., Family Inc., whatever that is, and work together. It's all money in. The way inflation is 2026, um, we just can't afford, as being in the working class, to be having these nonsensical conversations around going 50-50. It's quite foolish, to be honest with you. Um, we're not going to cover the proportion, but one thing I do want to talk about is ego in this scenario. Uh, I know what some of you are probably thinking. You're probably thinking, but I worked hard for my money and my career and where I'm at and these promotions and these degrees. And that's his student loan debt, or that's her student loan debt. You've already lost. You lost the game because you're not saying we. We. When you get married, you are taking on his debt. Vice versa. You are taking on her debt. Let me make it real for you. When I got married, my wife, she had some debt. I had some debt. I had student loan debt. Sure, we had to work together to combine it all, but we had already started taking classes and courses and learning about each other's backgrounds and financial makeup, and then we just picked a plan and got on the same plan, and we just worked the plan, man. We just worked the plan and just lined them up, smallest to largest, and just start, piling through the debt. And we just started to see our net worth increase. But moving the net worth aside, when you don't have a lot of debt, and you're making money, and you put money in investments, your net worth is just going to naturally start to go up. But to pay off that $320,000, to get the type of momentum we had, we were using a 3-account method. We weren't having 50-50 conversations. It was all money in. And then now what are we going to do? How are we going to appropriate and allocate that money? And so that's the conversation. And so what we would do is we would gamify it. We would have date nights. We would talk about money. We would talk about trips we wanted to take. We would set up strategic milestones. And so as we were crushing debt and working together, because it's not 50-50, it's 100% if you hadn't figured that out yet. So you shouldn't just be giving 50%. You should be giving 100%. Any other person 100%. To the best of your capacity. So it's mutualism, not necessarily. It may look different. It might just be one person making all the money, then the other person, as being an asset and extremely valuable, maybe like running everything at the house. If you have kids, everything with the kids, but you're going and out in the world making that money, bringing it back. And whether that be on the man side, woman side, we're not going to get into should a man do it or a woman do it. Obviously traditionally, but maybe your relationship isn't as traditional. I mean, we're in 2026. Some of the stuff that's going on ain't traditional. And the way the society is constructed, there's more women are in the workforce now, and so naturally, if men and women are competing in jobs now, and when we're not in the 1950s or whatever, sometimes, depending on the career path that you picked, your girl gonna make more than you. Now, you can operate out of ego and feel some type of way, or you can either level up, and y'all can work together, or you can do both. Level up, continue to level up if that's an issue for you, and Also, and level up and just continue to work together. On the other side, fellas, please don't make your wife feel any type of way that you make more money. Congratulations, man, but you still got to work together. Still all money in, and so once you can get past that, hey, look, it's all money in. That will help speed up your wealth building journey, and it may be a part of it is paying off the debt first, especially high interest. But I say all the debt, the major debts, except your mortgage, and then even working your way towards crushing that as well is important. But I'll leave you with this: stop splitting your life down the middle. Start building it from the center. If you're ready to see growth in your life, think about what I just talked about. Go back and watch this video closely. Go back and watch the 3 account method. Go back and watch why it's important to live on one income, invest the other as couples, if you can. It's real life. If you want to become a millionaire, if you want to reach some level of financial freedom, whatever that means for you, we aren't talking in theory, meaning I practice what I preach, and I'm sharing things that can potentially help you on your journey as a couple. To the next video, subscribe, talk with y'all later. Peace.